Hello there, folks. Welcome back to an episode of Glory Hunter with me, DoctorBenjyFM, as we continue with Arsenal. I did say it was going to be England. It's not. It's going to be Arsenal. England update for you. We have qualified for the World Cup. I decided and sort of tweeted, and people tended to agree, that doing the qualifiers, it just isn't that interesting against Iceland and Latvia. No disrespect to the people for the places Iceland and Latvia. But now we have qualified officially for the World Cup. Our group has also been drawn, so we can talk you through that as well. 6-2 win over Iceland, 2-0 win over Latvia. We've just about gone through. We've smashed it, viewers. 22 points, 5 points clear of Norway. This is still an Arsenal episode, but I just thought we'd cover this briefly. Who have we got in the group, Ben? I'll tell you. 2 teams. 48 teams in the tournament. Ridiculous. And I'm going to tell you by watching me react live to the draw. Voice only. Sorry, ladies, but if you want to tune out for this bit, feel free. Not just ladies, anyone, actually. Anyone can tune out. Please keep watching. Please keep watching. Ivory Coast, Sweden and China. It's like Eurovision, but with other countries. Mexico, Switzerland, New Zealand. So we know now, we now know even that England, Holland and Uruguay, we could face either Japan, Norway, Iran, Paraguay, or Ghana, Saudi Arabia, all of which are actually relatively tough. I don't want Japan, Norway, because I've played Norway in the thing before. No, Uruguay will play them. I think this could be us, viewers. I've got a feeling, although either or, because we're the European nation. So it's either Iran, Paraguay, or Ghana, Saudi Arabia. We know it's not Iran, Paraguay. So it'll be England, Ghana, and Saudi Arabia. Right then, fascinating. That concludes the draw. It took bloody ages. So yes then, Group P, we are with Ghana and Saudi Arabia. There we are then. I mean, a group that I can tell you're looking forward to. You've just got to finish in the top 2. So that's easy, isn't it? Isn't it? What a ridiculous, stupid system this is. You then have a second round, and then you have... So I play second in Group O. Who's Group O? So it probably Iran or Paraguay, based on, logic. So something to look forward to at the end of the season. World Cup. Good. Anyway, Arsenal. As I switch back into my more sort of sad tone. Ugh. So the last time we met, it was a 4-1 demolition by Chelsea. Appreciate that, Chelsea. Thanks very much. And then, of course we did. On the back of that, 6-0 over Leicester. 6-0. I didn't even make changes. I was happy with everyone. Notice that Leno got a 6.9 though. So, everyone kept a clean sheet. Doesn't matter, mate. Doesn't matter. 6.9. Clean sheet. Doesn't matter. Just give him like an 8.1. No one will even notice. Their keeper conceded 6 and got a 6.4. So it's... you got to save 4 penalties. It's ridiculous. Anyway, Marseille, 2-0 victory over them, and then a 2-1 win over West Ham, and you've seen it there, viewers. A 1-0 defeat to Tottenham. 93rd minute, indeedy. I was taking the point. I was making no changes. I was just going with the flow. I was thinking, you know what? We're not winning, but we're not losing, and I'll take it. And then they scored really late on, so brilliant news. Moving on from that, then a 2-1 victory over Southampton. Then finally, a 5-2 win in the Champions League over Feyenoord to do Group H, looking like this. Then ourselves and Borussia Dortmund make it through, as probably largely suspected, and we've done it in quite a fashion. Let's talk about Karabag. You want to talk about Karabag? Sure, I'd love to. So in Group A, Karabag didn't win a game, and 24 goals conceded, which is quite a lot. 16 to Real Madrid over 2 games. 16. They were beat 9-0 and 7-0. It's not good. It gets better. Their route to that situation, I'm just going to show you, and we'll move on. Wonderful. So today then, 2, I would say, big games. One against Manchester United, the other against Stoke in the Carabao Cup. Look, the Carabao Cup, doesn't matter. It's the 3rd trophy in England. No one really cares about it. It's not even in the Glory Hunter Challenge, but we're in a quarter-final, and we're playing United, which is probably the bigger game. So let's play a little bit of both. Sure, we should have done the final group game of the Champions League. I'm aware of that now. So the team for this one then, and it's a little different from the teams you've seen before. Hector Bellerin is still out injured. Of course, Nicolas Pepe unavailable as well. Tielemans in need of a rest, and this is the wrong game to rest him in, but we're gonna gamble and not play him in this one. In fact, these boys need to change round quickly. That's better. I prefer it like that. Right then, let's see what we're going to play then. Leno in goal. Fila, so like it's a lottery, like it's a gamble, but lucky dip, everyone. What team we're going to get today? Saliba will be alongside Brooks. Uara will be next to Torreira. Vignato one side, Univar the other, with then Hazard behind Diego. Diego now 7 goals. Last 5 games again. He's decided to just take a break. No goals in his last 5 games. Stick with him, everyone. He's world class, says everyone. So we will do, everyone. We'll see if he scores today, everyone. The bench is strong, though. The bench is looking good. And in fact, Univar, now, I'm sticking with them both. 14 between the two. Away at Arsenal, we are the away team. Away at Manchester United, 2nd v 3rd in a classic tie, isn't it? They've won 8, we've won 6, 5 draws so far on the save. Obviously, I've been here for 2 of them, so just take it with a pinch of salt, viewers. Drinking black coffee for the first time. Turns out it is not very nice when it goes a little bit cold. My mouth is not enjoying it. It was quite nice when I started. Lovely, in fact. Preferred it to normal coffee. Now, I want to be a little bit sick. All right, then, here we go. Manchester United versus Arsenal, and I think my taste buds have gone. Torreira's on it. Let's see. I should say, actually, at the start of this game, if we score, it's going to ruin what will be a lovely moment between you and I, the viewer, as Univar is just driven past them all. Thank you for the congratulation messages in the comments yesterday about the fact that me and Ellie are expecting a young child. I say young child, of course it's young. If it came out at 16, that would be a different... It'd just be different, wouldn't it? United are forward. Boadu on that side. Leno makes a good save. United, we didn't even go through their team. It's not bad. It's not as familiar as it once was. But the midfield, Pogba, of course, former player of mine, still in the centre with them next to Bentancur. So we'll see how we get on. Emre Can's at right back for them. It's a little odd. Jamal Lewis at left back. They've got a wealth of talent. Mason Greenwood, Lindelof on the bench, Dalot, Harvey Barnes. You know, they've got players. They've got players. Of course they've got players. They're a professional football side, Ben. Come on. Vignato has started quietly, as has Diego, and... Once again, viewers, half an hour in, limited highlights. Have I got them on? Like, key highlight? Yes, key highlight. I could go more attacking. I'm not sure if that makes a difference. But where? Why? At half-time, 0-0. Away at Old Trafford, this is very similar to the Spurs game, I've just realised, where I persevered with a side that were drawing and I didn't make changes. I need to learn from that lesson. I'm far from pleased. Motivate them, fire them up, and make changes. We're going to bring on Vinicius Jr. straight away. I'm going to bring him on. Oh, this is tough, actually. I'm going to bring him on for Vignato on that side, make him more of a winger. He's right-footed, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so we'll see how he gets on that side. I'm hoping for good things. A little bit more supportive as well. Not getting quite as far forward. Helps out Philo, who's already on a booking. Trying to concentrate. All I can taste is cold coffee. So it's wonderful. Put some ice in it. See if that sparks it up a little bit. Ugh. There's a highlight. It starts with Manchester United and a goal kick. I'm going to tell the boys to get creative, as we've got to try and close down Jamal Lewis here and prevent him from starting an attack. Pogba's now got it from a deeper area, as the press towards him is... I'd call it half-arsed, viewers, as they're forwarded on goal, and Leno, so far, is keeping us in the game. 2 clear-cut chances to Manchester United, but both times have been denied. Corner, so I'm just going to play with my new badminton racket that I've bought. See, didn't go in. Lovely this. It's Carlton's, apparently. Cheers, Carlton. If anyone wants to play me, I'm available. You book the court, I'll turn up. Torreira, over to Brooks, and this would be a fantastic time to score. When I meant fantastic time for Arsenal to score, as we've wiped him out. Sadru there, as he's caused a penalty. Out of my control, to be honest, viewers, as who's this going to... Paul Pogba, former player of mine, of course. Signed him into Milan, and with a chance to score for him, well, he has done. Leno's not even really tried. And I'm going to bring on John Carroll for Diego. Hataran's coming off. Tielemans is coming on. I don't care how knackered he is. He's coming on instead. And Uar is going to play him behind. Why didn't you rest Tielemans, Ben, in the Champions League game? Because clearly this is the more important one. Look at the league table. Clearly more important, Ben. Which I don't know if it'll work. In fact, Ben, go back to the old system quickly. A little bit more direct. 5 minutes to go. Makes us a little bit more open. Less tiki-taka. And wow, the highlights are pouring in, viewers. Pouring in. Oh, I've drowned. What a shame. Arsenal 0. Manchester United. Get out of here. Chelsea, beaten. Tottenham, in between, beaten. United, beaten. Any good teams, beaten. Unlucky boys, wasn't to be. Manchester City earlier this season, beaten. Just constantly getting one of these, just in the head like that. That's hitting the headphones. They're expensive. So now then, we sit third. Chelsea have got a game in hand, which could put them on 41 points. And we sit comfortably on 37, actually. 6 points ahead of the closest challengers. But the league title's got to come soon. And I can't stay in countries very long now. We've not got enough time. You are 7.63 on fire. No Yuri Tielemans, gang. No party. Right, look how sad I am. Coming up next then, again against Stoke. They're in the Championship, so it should be a doddle. A chance to showcase a few more players. That's the idea today. Right, Champions League draw as well in the middle of all this. So let's see what we get in this one then. As Bayern face Madrid, there's going to be some big... Who are the second seeds here? Oh boy. Okay, these are quite big... it paused bizarrely there. Dortmund United, of course, we played them in the group, so we're not going to play them again. Napoli, Liverpool, Manchester City, Lyon, Milan will play Atletico Madrid. We're avoiding all the big teams here. This is quite good. Lazio, a former foe from Italy, as there's going to be again, another big game is about to arrive here. PSG, Barcelona is a biggie, and Monaco will face Inter. I've got to say, and I'll say this, and I hope no other fans of teams that aren't involved here are offended. That is a very good section of teams there. That 16 is strong. There's not too many weak teams in there at all. I'm trying to think of major teams that aren't in it, apart from Juventus. I'm not even sure there is one, is there? That is as strong as it can get, I'm going to say. Maybe I'm missing someone obvious, I'm not sure, but that is up there. Who are like the big hitters in the Europa League? That might aid my investigation. I guess Tottenham and Chelsea and Juventus, and that's kind of it. Like, in fairness, you could probably swap out Arsenal for Tottenham or Chelsea, but even so, like, that's strong. Traditionally strong, I should say. Hataran's got a cold. Should have been ringing 111. Why he's coming to training, I don't... Oh, might send him home immediately. There's protocols at the moment, Hataran. There's protocols. It is 2025, actually, so maybe I should be less annoyed. Alright then, second in with the episode, and this one I actually think is arguably more interesting than the first one, as I'm going to give a lot of the senior players a rest, going to continue to rest Yuri Tielemans for this one, as the game against Stoke, I think, should be quite routine. I will put Tielemans on the bench, I've decided. Angus Gunn then will be in goal for this one, Van Hoosenden will be at right back, Bennett, Saliba and Brooks at the back. Of course, you're not too familiar at this stage with Chris Bennett, who's coming through, 20 years of age, youngster, 6'5" defender, looks like he could be quite good in the future, so he's getting a start, as is Brooks as well, who is developing absolutely beautifully. It says there, potential ability of 3. I actually think it's better than that. I don't necessarily think we've got that right. I think he could be a better defender than is listed. Ula to be the box-to-box midfielder alongside Jordan Henderson. You can see him there, the 20-year-old Brazilian. He's a man with plenty of potential. Needs games like this with a chance to shine, really. And further forward, Pepe one side. Diego is going to be in behind Carroll and Vinicius Jr. On the left-hand side. John Carroll up top through the middle today. He scored goals on loan spells elsewhere. Whether he can do it for us at Arsenal, we'll have to find out. When I say scored goals, he scored a few goals here and there against championship sides. We're playing a championship side. It works. I hope it works. I hope it works. Let's give the fans a performance they're expecting out of us. Maybe that's not the right thing to say. Just tell them that I've got faith in them and to make a difference. It's the go-to, viewers. Just say, I've got faith in you. Go out there and make a difference. They're like, I will. I'll go make a difference. I am motivated. Look at this little bit of hair here. Little curl, little curly hair. That's what I'm basically like Tracy Beaker sat here, sitting here. For anyone that's a peasant. Diego nips in there as he's racing forward. Well, Diego, can he do it against championship opposition? Not yet. He can't. We're at home with a chance to get to a semi-final. I'd appreciate going through. And again, this competition, it's whatever. But let's at least win it. I can add it to my list of trophies that I don't need, which will soon be higher than the list of trophies I do need. Diego. Now, that is why Diego should play deeper. The pass there to Nicolas Pepe is on another level. The weight of pass is just absolutely phenomenal. We'll see it here in 3 dimensions. Jordan Henderson gives it to Ula, who then plays it into Vinicius Jr., knocks it to Diego. And look at that, first time, left-footed. Oh! Vinicius Jr. racing forward, driving forward. Pepe on it again. Nicolas Pepe, I say I love Vignato, and I loved him at Dortmund, and he's coming to the side here, and he's done pretty well. Nicolas Pepe, every time he plays, is shouting at me to start him more. They're in the championship, Ben. Just remember they're in the championship. Vinicius Jr. dribbles his way forward. One touch from Nicolas Pepe, and that is just a cultured finish. Lovely. Come over Diego goal. Come on. We all want it. We're coming forward again here. There's been a few games this year where we've absolutely destroyed a side, and this might be another one of those, as even the youngsters are getting involved. I will say that Stoke do pretty well to clear it away, but actually, it looks like we may well be coming forward once again. Bennett's taking his time, all the way back to Angus Gunn. It's nice to see Angus Gunn get a game as well, considering he's on 70 grand a week. It's nice that he's actually earning his money this week, as Henderson's on it, plays it to the left side, as Brooks drives forward. Diego dropping into spaces, causing problems, gets Brooks back involved, gets it back from him, and plays the ball in. Pepe's got a hat-trick. It's not going to count, actually. He's still on 2, but what a move it was. Really, really good. Ball from Henderson finds John Carroll, who's in on goal, and the keeper does well to put it behind. Some more possession for us as Herbie Kane, I think it is going to get sent off. Well, Stoke are about to go down to 10 here. Absolute disaster for Herbie Kane, who in 6 minutes has got himself 2 yellow cards and is off. And at half-time then, I think we may well be through, viewers. And the kids are all right. With January coming up, it's always a time where you think, well, do we need a little bit more depth here and there? But actually, if these boys are preparing to become senior players, then so far, so good. As we've got a chance early in the second half. Pepe drills a ball in, but it is cleared away quite comfortably. We're on it again. Pepe drives forward. He's loving it. He's loving the chance to play, I think. You don't really see much of it, but Jordan Henderson in this game has been everywhere. Gets the ball back once again, drives forward with it, and watch this, lovely pass to Diego. Brooks now on it as well. Can he find a ball to the centre? Vinicius Jr., Pepe there. He could have had 5 in this game. 54 minutes gone. Henderson back to Saliba as he's driving forward now. Finds Ulo on that side. If he can play a ball out to the right, he can. Henderson into Pepe. Van Hoosen gets it back. Oh, cannons it off the crossbar. Right, I'm going to make a couple of changes. Belotti's going to feature for the first time in a while, actually. And Yuri Tielemans is going to come in for Diego. Why not? Nicolas Pepe once again going for goal and scores 3-0. We just made a switch. It's not even happened yet. And Pepe gets his 10th of the season. A hat-trick against Stoke. It's been the Pepe show, viewers. Stoke have hit the post. Pass completion ratio of 91%, 57% possession. We're looking really good in this game. I have to remember they played the Championship. They're 7th in the Championship. I had to check. They've got a free kick, and Yuri Tielemans has been brought on. He goes for it. That's the first time I've seen him miss. Diego as well, 2 assists, 8.9 before I've taken him off. That's really good. They've got 10 men as well, Ben. We should be winning about 7-0. But as we said then, the kids are all right as it rounds off 3-0. Just like I say, I'm saying the kids are all right. Nicolas Pepe's 30 viewers, so he's pretty good as well still. But there we are, a good performance, a good win, and hopefully that propels us into the next few fixtures where we've got to start winning against our rivals. And that does mean then our next game will be against our rivals. I say rivals, a team that are up there with us. Manchester City in a couple of days' time, the Boxing Day fixture. We'll play them. I may want to supply something else with it as well, but yeah, we have to play them at some point. They're a team that we've got to be beating if we've got a chance at a title this year. Watford having a really good year, actually. Liverpool falling off the pace a little bit, but ourselves then 4 points behind Chelsea, who lead, and the second half of the season is set to be rather exciting if you're looking forward to it. And you enjoyed today's video, please do drop a like on it. If you want to see some more, make sure you subscribe. And if you want to challenge me at badminton, I'm ready. So let's look at that. You should be scared.